So, last stream yesterday, I had big problems with Camo Studio just disconnecting. So, I thought it's really time to try and find a good alternative. When I decided to use Camo Studio, it was part that it can use both Wi-Fi and the cable. But I don't think there's a problem, just sending it on Wi-Fi. And I did try Droidcam, Larix, and Irian Webcam. And I do think I have a file with more alternatives too, so just take the time now and actually try these out and see, if it works. Anything works actually as it's supposed to, and hopefully not overheating the phone. I have had like 2 hours at least of streaming with this S7. Yeah, and it got wireless charging. I didn't remember, but it started charging when I put it on stand. I don't want to make a review for an app right now, thank you. Let's see. Just close everything on that phone. Also, since it's a S7, it's not the latest Android, so all apps might not work. Maybe I did. Let's see, where have I got the old phones here? This is S1. By the way, let's do this. This is an old S1, Samsung Galaxy S1, and I installed, let's see if it's awake. It's not on. Yeah, you can see GT Cyanogen mod on it. And this was totally unusable with the old Android that it used to have. So with this, I heard things, and when you do things like this for the phones, the cameras don't work as good. And I did Google on my S4s. That's got a broken camera, but I've got 2 S4s. And the camera in these is 13 megapixel. It seems like after they did this phone, they went down to 12. Not that a megapixel amount says much, but it's good enough quality to just film from up here where I've had the S7. So S6, S7, I have an S8 with a cracked screen in the corner. So the camera works fine on that one. So the question is, if I upgrade the Android version on these, let's say what this one says now. Didn't it start? Was the battery out? I don't think so. Maybe, since it's starting again. Let's charge it. Right. My actual, what I used when this phone was new, the first smartphone generations there, I had an HTC, I don't remember what it was called, but it had a little tiny keyboard. So you just flipped it up and you had a screen and a keyboard, and it was very nice, I don't know why no one continued that trend to have a phone with a keyboard on it. That's too bad, because that was great, but those the keyboards kind of wore out. That might be the reason. Yeah, that's probably the reason, since I bought a new one of the same when the keyboard kind of broke totally. But they're the same age as this one. Now it started. Let's see. So I'll just make it brighter so we can see. I just want to check, let's see, brightness. So we can actually see. Maybe that's too bright. Whatever. I was just going to check the Android version because I don't remember. Let's see here. Doing it like this. I have no top-down camera right now because that tests that stuff. So about phone. This is Android 444 because this is such an old phone that they haven't dared to do anything newer than that, I guess. It's also, you know, an old processor and the specs are not the same as my current phone is S10, and I always buy used phones because I think it's not worth it. It's like cars. I always buy used cars because buying a new one is just not worth it because they're so much more expensive. But this one is my kids had the S4s before, that's why we have two. And this is my
ads are starting
phone. So have some materials. Unfortunately, the camera's just red in that one. But the S7 is kind of the middle ground here. It's not ancient. The operating system still works, you know, the Android version, but it's not new. I could, of course, use my current phone, but I want to be able to take calls and stuff if I get them. So just checking the version of Android on the S7. But I apparently clicked. It's not an about phone on this version. So it doesn't really matter. If it's in the store, it's there. You don't have to know the version. So yeah, I was just going to check. Let's do I have on my PC. Oh, this is yesterday's project. I'll continue that later. But first, check the app. Let's see here. I have Camo, I have Droidcam, I have Irene, but I think this might be old. Let's try and start it, because when I started Camo, I think it updated, and also this updated. This is very bad looking to write a Droidcam. I require dark mode. Didn't it start, Irene? We'll see if my camera just dies now too. Oh, right. Let's show you what I'm doing. So, sorry for coughing. So this I have installed on my phone. Let's just start it. Moving some receipts at least. I'll probably start with so I got a message on Arian here. It turns your Android phone into a wireless webcam. Install needed drivers and use your mobile's camera in your PC Mac. And that's probably the app we have. Using camera, make sure your webcam server is running on the PC. This phone and computer are connected automatically using Wi-Fi. Optional USB can be used. Okay, so it can use USB too. Connect the cable and follow instructions on mobile. Yeah, if we want to use a USB. I don't think I will this time. I think I will want to use Wi-Fi because of the flexibility. If the cable glitches the tiniest bit and you reconnect the phone, that's not worth it. I'd rather have worse quality of video if that's the problem. If Camo Studio worked, and if it had the ability to have several cameras, because I don't want to use just one, I want to use several, and the Arian has several, it has at least two. I can move these out of the way, so we don't have stuff here. Nothing secret, but anyway, let's trying to find my mom's friend, for example. There. So we have only these things here now. So let's start with Irian, since I have higher hopes for Irian than the others. So since we have the app started, and we'll see. There should be some settings, I assume. No menus, nothing. I'm clicking continue on my phone, and I'm allowing the app to take video and camera and record audio. With Camo Studio, I don't think it can do audio. So this just works at once. With hopefully I don't have here we have this stuff. Oh, it's glitchy. This is not really. Is this a Wi-Fi? Oh, that's bad. I will put this on top here though, so let's just see if it's in the middle of a ring light here. We can turn it on. It's so delayed actually that why do I have to angle it like this? Is it that angle maybe? Oh, here's my hard drive. My computer over there. So yeah, what I need to have is the ability to zoom. So of course I can do that in OBS. So let's just see if we switch to a scene here which says Irian. Oh look, it's already set up and everything. And I have a desktop scene where I have currently just no camera. So sorry for giving you a dark screen. I can do studio mode there, so let's see. So you don't have to have that. I'm adding a scene to this one, and it's Irian. I should call this Irian webcam 1, and let's do this instead. So now you can see the studio mode instead. Of course I'll have to do studio mode to be able to do this, but what I'm thinking now is that this scene, let's see here. Oh, did it lose connection? Let's try clicking back here. So apparently it lost connection. Irian just stopped. So I'm very curious why. Holding the phone. I can. Apparently, it went into settings. And oh, that's not a good picture. I'll just turn it on and off here. In case it affects something. Shouldn't affect that though. Yeah, so I have settings on the phone. it looks kind of funny because I still have studio mode, but I switched the scenes. So this has a microphone boost. I can dim screen automatically. That's good, because I don't want to make it hotter than it needs to be. The orientation is landscape, yeah. The back camera. And why did I get the settings? I get the question again. Waiting for connection. So it did disconnect, and now it connected again. I should have that on desk. That's odd. I'll have to check how my scene is set up here. Let's go to this one. So now I'm actually turning my phone now, and nothing happens, which means it lost connection again. So Wi-Fi, and there it's back. Now it's moving. And here you have my, and maybe I shouldn't have my toothbrush on the table while streaming stuff. So soldering station stuff. For some reason there's a pile of tablets. So the update is not very good here. So what would happen if I connected a USB instead? So if I just take a USB card here and plug this in to my computer, and let's untie the cable and plug this in. Will this become more speedy, stable, and will I get the option to use it's dimmed. There, I clicked it. So can I do settings? I clicked a little tool in the corner. There are no settings. It's still updating while I am in the settings. No, it's not. So if I go back out of the settings, oh, it's disconnected. Now it's connected. And look, now it says USB. It says USB over here. That's nice. So apparently it automatically detected the cable, and I didn't have to do anything, and it detected the Wi-Fi too automatically. So I'm a bit curious if I did set something up when I started using this, or if it just automatically checks the local Wi-Fi or whatever, the local network. I'm very curious, because I don't remember setting it up. Anyway, let's move the arm we're building. I'll continue that when we have a good solution for the camera. So is it more stable now? I think the update is better. So what if I now connect this phone up here, where it's supposed to be? So if I disconnect this cable and put this one in instead that it used to have, we'll probably get glitched. Let's see if I just unplug this. Will it do Wi-Fi automatically? I still hold the phone, the app is still working. Yeah, it connected to Wi-Fi automatically. So when it lost connection, this is good. And actually, I want to try this with using the Irion webcam one here. So let's turn off studio mode. It's just annoying. So now I'm going to click my Irion webcam scene, so you can just see the camera. So let's say that I use the scene in something, not showing the actual app, and I connect the cable, USB cable, to the phone. Will it switch from Wi-Fi to USB? That's nice. So if I just connect it over here, and tighten the screw on this, then I can digitally zoom with OBS if I want to. So I can use this scene. And I realize I should probably raise the mic when I stand. So now we have the cable connected to the phone, and it's there. So if I were to use this now, I do have a switch into studio mode, and let's do the right screen there so you can see this. We can still see this, and we can see, well, it in itself. I'm just going to do a little test for chat here, there, because I want to make sure that I can hear the TTS and that this little thing works. So, unplugging and plugging. The USB switches automatically between Wi-Fi and USB, and that's great. I didn't get any TTS though, so I'll have to check my TTS.
Fix it says.
It's just late.
Test.
It was just late. That's good. Can't you reopen close tab in Chrome? I never use Chrome except for the TTS. Oh well, whatever. I had the little control panel up there. I closed it to make sure that that wasn't a problem. Let's make another test to make sure that the TTS works, even if I have another tab on top in Chrome. So, to get back to this now, I have a camera 1 here, an Arian webcam, and I think I should probably rename this to Arian 1 or Cam 1. And if I add another one, if I were to add another one, because I want to be able to use several at the same time. And if I now go to my, I think this is where I use camo. And are the filters on this? No, it is on the scene. Meaning if I add another camera there, they will get the same. Camo Studio also have the zoom and stuff in it. I won't start Camo today because it usually breaks my camera, my main camera, and other stuff. So Camo is what we're replacing. We don't want Camo anymore. We want something that actually works all the time. You didn't see me moving the icons because it was the wrong scene to see that. Oh, so let's do this. Here we have the camo scene, which is over here. If we add to this desktop one, the scene, Arian, and I would like to have a search in this, and I would like it to open bigger. So, am I blind? It should be dash Arian. There. Yeah, so I didn't rename that one. So now this is added here too. So this was actually, yeah, it has the rounded corners. What we need to do here is on the desktop scene, add, let's see, scripts, right? I think, and then I have source toggler, and we need to add desktop because it's also one of the scene with scenes in it. There, and when I add this, it will automatically just work. So if I click this one, it will disable the other one. And we have the nice rounded corners. The only problem now is that my camo was actually zoomed. So I'm thinking that this scene needs some adjusting, because I will never want all of this scene. So if I just, oh no, did I click the wrong thing? No, I was just a bit slow there. So if we cut this a bit, because that's showing a bit too much, right? Maybe even more. I'm holding down Alt and dragging these. So if we see if this fits, if we should like fold this down a bit more. So now we're outside. Let's pull it to that side. And now I'm doing it all manually. There are, of course, you can't see me right clicking. Yeah, you can. So no transform thingy for that. So if I click here, am I blind? Transform. If I do fit to screen, will it work? Yeah, it worked. Good. So I'm keeping an eye on the time too, so that I don't do this far too long. Now we can see, so if I were going to do electronics or building robots or something now, let's pull these things up and see how big they would get. Let's also try and actually use this as it is intended, because now Arian will be in desktop as long as it is selected. And that also means that in my desk scene, this is what will be used. So if we were doing this now, I wonder about the mic, because I don't want to put it too far. It's very dusty. It's not dusty enough to cough though. That was just me. So maybe I need to shrink it down a bit more, because these are kind of tiny things. And I don't think I want this lower, because I don't want to boink my head there. And when I'm not streaming, I'm just folding this to the side, you know. So that's okay though. That was kind of loose. You can see all the mess in here. Somewhere here. And now this is not aligned correctly. But if you look at my left screen, I can still see this. I can of course make this bigger, so I can make sure that it's kind of straight. And then if I switch to my desk full screen, it looks better. But maybe could a bit more in the image, because I want you to be able to see these tiny things. So if I do an actual preview to my monitor so I can see what it would look like, and see also I'm sitting not at the end of the trying to move my camera. So this actually pointed at me. There, so is this good enough? I think that I could zoom a bit more. I'm going to listen for the TTS now. And chat being on top of the time, is that good or bad? Chat is of course more important than time. But let's say that I was going to use this, and I would bring in my microscope here and for zooming. Yeah. So if we were doing these things, first of all, I think I want it more over here, because then it's not in the mic. That's better, and this is where I work. So that's right, and that is easy to. I just want the zoom to be where I'm actually doing stuff, and this is me just holding my hands in front of me. Oh, I kind of make a mark in the table where I'm supposed to sit to be in the center of the camera and everything. Whatever. Good enough is good enough, and I'll always see that. But if I at least align these sort of things, and then we'll try the other apps too, and see if there's a better one. Because these kind of things, I think all apps except Camel will need them. So this is quite general. So if I go back to, I still have studio mode. So let's go back to the right screen, and we can see still the preview there. And this is the desktop one, and we can switch here. I can make buttons there on my phone. We have the, I wonder what camera moving is more SRT tests and stuff. This is not on, of course. This is what's on. Yeah, I think this scene should actually just be Irian Cam. And then if I make more, should I call it Irian Desk Cam? I don't know. Maybe that's a better thing. Let's F2 this. Irian Desk Cam. And of course, if I use that name, yeah, it won't be the same name, since this has this has the dashes. So I want to switch between
Fixerbot
all the
says,
cams.
Ads are starting.
Again, no, it was just very late, the TTS, right? Oh, right, I was talking all the time. I was talking constantly, so I didn't get a chance to talk. The TTS has this delay that when I'm talking, it doesn't say anything, so that's why it gets delayed. I'm talking too much. So, let's see now. I see 2 mouse pointers since I have the preview on that monitor. In the same scale. Well, I messed up my mind for a second. So now we have, what I was saying was that this desktop, let's move this one here. For the desk, we have the microscope, we have the Arian desk cam, and we had camo, which I'm thinking of removing. And these are not, these are more for the camera moving. Maybe Droid Cam should be up here too, because we're going to test it there. And then we have just the background. Suggestions for apps are very welcome, so if you have anything that works good, just tell me. So let's cut a bit more in this image, because we don't need to see the keyboard. I will probably always have the keyboard here. So let's cut this a bit. Let's see. Is that too much? We can see a bit of the keyboard, it doesn't matter. I did not cut this side, I think, and my table edges was like 4 centimeters. Maybe I should pull this out a bit more. I think it's kind of the end of its length though. I could angle a little different. This is not much to do with the settings. More with I want the cutting to be what actually fits when I have a good camera. So this is the edge of the table, and oh, I didn't get any change at all there. Trying to tighten this good enough. Is the phone angled somehow? I have another one of these lock things just for the phone inside the ring. I was moving the ring now. Oh, now I'm actually clicking the phone. But nothing happened. We still have image, though the app is on select app now. I wonder what would happen if I go to settings here for the phone. Oh my god, I love Arian. It's actually on another program and it's still sending the image. Going back to the app on the phone. That was quite amazing actually. And here's the edge of the table. So this kind of drops, right? Maybe I need a stronger one of these. Tightening it, and let's pull it in there so it fits instead. Now it's dropping now. It's dropping. I can see it. Oh, it's a rotation because it's screwed in place. So it's not actually dropping. Oh, you can see my trash bin. Tightening the rotation. Because I used the rotation to place it where I wanted, right? So that's kind of at the edge of the image. So if we'll move this in a bit too, there, and a bit on this side. Is it maybe even a bit too cut now? So if we do a transform, fit to screen. I didn't see anything happening, but it doesn't matter. It's probably adjusted a bit there. Is this good enough for building this, or do we want more zoom? Because it will get bigger too, and we have the microscope to zoom into tiny stuff. Maybe zoom enough to get rid of the keyboard, right? Though it's not like I can't move it a bit more. Is this space? I'm just putting something on the edges here. So, oh well, this is my work area. Maybe that's good. If I was to flip to this, it's quite blurry. So zooming more might not be the best idea. By the way, we should check the actual camera quality. What resolution is it sending? Because this was not perfect. We can have this. No, I want you to be able to see. So if we go to properties, and it says it's 1920 1080. What is configure video? So you can set a zoom value here. I guess this is good enough for this camera. Maybe this is it, you know. I would like to have a good camera that I can actually zoom with, optical zoom. So if we go back to the actual desk full screen cam, it's blurry. But I guess you can see stuff. And if I were to add, let me remove studio mode so I can see better. If I'm adding like, that's the preview. Let's close that. Let's pull the manual back up here. So if we have the manual, then we could read the manual while doing. We did this yesterday. Checked that all parts were there, started building these. Well, we did this. So we're about here. Is this good enough? Because the space will become smaller from using the manual up here too. That's the problem I had yesterday too. When I changed the size of this, and I cut it several times like this, and then I switched scenes and it was removed. The update was removed. So if I do this, and I switch scenes now to something else and switch back, the changes are lost. I'm a bit curious why. If this is like a bug in OBS, what it is. Okay, so now we have a working but not perfect camera image from the S7 with Irian. Yeah. This is all this screen image there. So let's start looking at another app. I can keep the stuff on the table so we have something to look at, to test with, see how the image quality is. Moving the box. So if we start DroidCam, or did we leave it running? There. So here we need to connect, and we need to have the app running on the phone. Just to make another test, I'm going back to the desk full screen, and let's open the Irian one. Oh, is it minimized here? I think that's Irian, right? So we have the app here. I wonder if I can set stuff. I can't right click. So if I unplug it now, I'm unplugging the camera, we're glitching our connection. Let's say it glitches. 1, 2, 3. There, we got it back. Now it's doing Wi-Fi. It's doing Wi-Fi instead. And this is a very good security to have, because, you know, there could be problems with the cable. I also have to say that the phone is not hot, which is good for Irian. Should I even look for more apps? That should be the image quality then, because this is very not optimal. I believe that the camera is better with camo. Yeah, so let's close this. Let's try starting it again too, and if it will reconnect automatically. That's another good test to take. The more things it can handle, this is perfect. Oh, I closed the app by mistake. It just pops back. Everything as it should be. And now it's using Wi-Fi. If I connect the USB, there, USB connected, and let's start the app again. And it went straight Wi-Fi, and then it jumped to USB. So, and I can still see the graininess, and if I up the light on this, will the graininess decrease? It's still the same quality, right? So I'm going to preview on the big screen here, so I can see my fingers have these edges. And now I am using USB, so the quality can't be better than this. I want another good camera like that one. Maybe I should just get one. But I want to know if there are any good apps still. So let's close Irian down, and also the app, and do DroidCam instead. I think I will have to make sure it's not running on there. So DroidCam is still running. I know that I had big problems with this because the resolution was horrible, and the app, as you can see, we can't make it even change the size of the app on the computer. I don't care if it just sends it on to OBS. I think there was one that sent it straight to OBS. You didn't need app to, right? So instead of disconnecting this, I'll just going back here. How to make sure that Irian is actually stopped, and let's start DroidCam instead. And DroidCam now tells me an IP address, so it doesn't seem that this one. Oh, when I click there I get this, and my phone's IP, it says 51 and 4747. Oh, and we can set audio too. I wonder if there was audio before. So this kinda looks different. Why? Is this camera actually cutting the image? So, so let's go to this desktop and let's show you this first, and then we go to studio mode and we go to this. So desktop, this is Droidcam here. If I click, I have two Droidcams. Why do I have two? Let's try deactivate, activate. Let's try properties. Oh, this is set to USB video. And Droidcam has a source 3 and a source 2. Oh, there we got the image. What is source 3? It's the same thing? Can you see any difference? I can't. Anyway, it's on device default. If we put it at custom, let's see what we can select. It's 644 and 980. That's what it's sending. The other one said it had 19 RGB. I assume that device default is. Let's just say the Droidcam doesn't seem to work as I would hope it would. So if we close the app now, or I'm curious, do I have an audio source for this? Do you get double audio? No? Well, it's obvious that it's tiny. Because I can mute preview there. That's that. Then I can pop out video preview. So you can see I clicked pop out video preview. Why would I want a separate window for this? So if I move, yeah, so this is not updated anymore. And this hides the preview. So what if I click stop? It just stops all of it. And I click here, and I click start. And we have this. And the interesting thing here is, how would I do to use USB? So if I connect over USB, I have it over here. So let's see if we get better quality. Will we have better quality now? So if we go to the scene, there, Droidcam, it still is tiny. And this will probably still say 640 and no options. So that's quite sad. What about the source 3? Also, I don't think I can do several of this. I can't start another Droidcam and have another camera, right? So far, this is a loss. I'll just close this first. So, Camo Studio doesn't work as I want. Droidcam doesn't work as I want. Arian is on place 1 so far. So, let's close this. No big connection issues, but to connect between these, I have to do it manually. If the USB cable would glitch now, I can't think it would automatically. Let's try it. If I start this on USB and I disconnect the cable, well, let's make sure you can see the image. So there we have the tiny, you can stretch it out. Will this suddenly become better? I can't imagine what would happen if we cropped it as the other image. Let's do it just for comparison, right? If we crop this one, oh my, that's blurry. That's blurry. That's quite blurry. Oh my goodness, it's so much worse. So much worse. Okay, if it doesn't go better than this, then it's disqualified from the test. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, the test now is to see what happens if I unplug. I'm unplugging the USB. Will it automatically switch to Wi-Fi that Arian could do without asking? It's trying to connect. I don't think anything more will happen. Connecting. So let's see if it can restore the connection at least. If it was just like a bad cable, can it restore the connection? Yeah, it can. So we did get the connection back. So if I click again on Droidcam here, it remembers our cut, because this is OBS, this is not the Droidcam. Okay, time to close this. Connection will be stopped. But yeah, nothing stayed in the tray. So next step is to actually I'm just going to my Google Doc or Sheets. It's a sheet. So I don't want you to see all my stuff, so I'm waiting a few secs to. There we have it. You don't have to see my invoices and everything, right? Okay, so here we have what my research I did. It was a bit ago. Let's see. Before I started using Camo Studio. Now, what am I doing? I'm going to history, version history, see version history, and we can see, well, it's 2022. I was just researching for making YouTube videos, probably then. Could I have been thinking of streaming at all there? I don't think so. Anyway, here, yeah, it was for making on fixing the old phones video that I didn't finish. Because I bought batteries for the phones instead of just using the cable, I think. Anyway, this one doesn't have an Android version, or you didn't in 2022. We have Camo, which got the green one then, and now it's kind of red. We have Arian, which we just tried and liked. We had Droidcam OBS. A watermark. I didn't say watermark, but no, this was Droidcam, not Droidcam OBS. So where's Droidcam? should we add one? Let's add RoidCam. Because though this is 2022, I imagine if there are new apps, they may not support this old version of Android. And this is something I just heard about the other day. There are more alternatives too. What's called Lyrics isn't in here. Actually, some more streaming stuff. This is more for cameras, webcam stuff. Arian is the clear winner so far today, so let's make it green here instead. And this one, sorry, but what is it, like orange? Let's see if the TTS works, if I don't talk too much. No! Oh my god, I didn't hear anything! Have I been talking to my so the TTS have been, like, all quiet?
Age of Music says. Fixerbot says. Ads are starting.
Welcome in very much. And thanks so much for the raid. I didn't notice anything. Thank you. I'm like, why didn't it read this? Did it? And I just spoke too loud? I don't know. Welcome in. I'm testing different camera apps, cause when I was streaming yesterday, my camera studio was just hopping in and out, and it was kind of annoying trying to build this robot arm and having to deal with camera problems instead. And now I have tested, and so far Arian wins. And my god, sorry. And when I tested the Arian app, I did just unplug the USB cable, and it switched over to Wi-Fi. No questions, nothing. And I plugged it in and switched back. And the quality is the quality of the camera, hopefully. At least it wasn't 640, 480, which I got from RoidCam just now. Hi, Panda!
Pandatong says.
Good day.
So, do you have any suggestions for apps? Oh, welcome, President. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thanks for subscribing. Your name is too long. It won't fit on screen. I'll have to make the text tinier. Maybe we shouldn't have both of those alerts.
Thanks so much for the sub, President McKemmergile. Less than 3.
Thanks so much. Anyway, so if you have any suggestions for apps, that would be great. Let's go back to that here. So this is a file that I made 2022 when I was just looking for a webcam to film for a YouTube video, I believe. And this I just heard of a few days ago, and we can try installing more stuff now. I have the phone up here now. Let's just go back to Arian for a second. I'm starting it. Let's see how big the difference is. Oh, am I following you, Age of Music? I might not be. By the way, did we get the automatic shoutout? Or didn't I set that up? We have, of course, to gotta
Age of Music says.
Shout out.
Prez says.
How are you doing today? Precy, hi.
Alright. there's a problem with the TTS right now, so you have to set the voice before it speaks. So that's why it just said Age of Music says. Okay? Let's see. There. So now I can see I am not following you. Now I am following you. So everybody that hasn't set their voice, if I do TTS here,
Age of
then it
Music
will
says.
read. Then you can set the voice and then it will read your message. And it used to just work, but since Security Live that makes the TTS, he's been doing some updates, and apparently it stopped just talking for people that hasn't set anything. So just click that link, securitylive.com TTS config, and set the voice, and then it will read everything, all the messages. It's but confusing since I listen to the chat mostly and just do stuff, and it's not read, so I might miss stuff in chat since I'm used to it working. So it would be great. So let's do this. Now the app on the phone is not on, so I'm going to turn off Droidcam now. Let's see. And the vision of my eyes the last 2 years is not the same. Let's see. I assume this will just work. And now it's doing Wi-Fi. And I believe it will realize that there's USB. And this quality is, though it's not perfect, it's not very good, it's not a good camera, it's just a Samsung Galaxy S7. At least it's better, and you can probably see when I put stuff together. And I have the, let's see if I can get it into the image. Here's the microscope, digital microscope for looking at the tiny stuff. So, I'm waiting for the TTS. If I talk, it doesn't talk, so it's hard to be quiet. Why is it not saying, yeah, look at this. Null. Null. Did you set the voice? Because you see on the spoken messages it says, so if I type something, like test here, it says Sally.
Fix-It says.
Test.
We'll have to debug it for Security Live. Okay. So if you set the voice, I can hear your messages spoken. So, I can do the link again. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just want to make it easy. If you want to, do it. And as you can see, this is commented out by the dash.
Prez says.
I think mine works.
Yeah, it does. So you can see you selected Matthew. And if I click this link, or rather, let's do this. I just authorize, and I set the voice now for the bot. So I can say that my bot should have another voice here. And you can see the language. It's good to have an English voice, because otherwise it will be quite funny when it reads, and it can be hard to hear sometimes. And you can also set neural or standard for most voices, and then you click save. So that's currently you have to do that to make it work. I don't know what he changed to make it stop working. So let's see. You wrote. I was doing some MQTT broker leveraging to capture an RTSP stream the other day. You'll have to explain that a bit more because I didn't understand. I can Google.
Age says, now I am Speaky Boy.
Yay!
I was hacking webcams.
Oh, very cool. Cool. That's fun. Nice. Not that I've done it, I want to do it though. So do you save your streams so you can watch them later? Because I want to go and check it out now, you know.
Prez says,
A German channel I'm following uses Dutch TTS and it makes everyone laugh. D.
Generalissimo69 says,
Age FBI, open up.
Yeah. If you haven't checked this TTS out, do that because it's very nice to have the messages read if you're doing something and you're like focusing on electronics, coding, whatever.
Age
Okay.
says,
So I missed
I
it.
do not. Owl4ZR3D has a pretty good video on it.
Okay. I can look at his stuff. Yeah. I thank you for following when I rated him yesterday. You noticed. Thank you.
Prez says,
How was your day? Fix it.
Yeah, it was good. So we have this break right now for the kids' school, so it's just taking it easy, taking the time to actually catch up on some sleep. And my brothers, they went skiing. I wish my kids would go along on that. I would love to, but they have their problems with stuff.
Age says, I've seen you around. I was a little disappointed I wasn't. I thought I had followed you a long time ago.
Oh, okay, thank you. Now I'm following you. Hope I won't miss the streams, cause sometimes I don't know what your time zone is, but since I'm in Sweden, I do miss stuff. And with Hasred streams, I kind of stay up way too late sometimes. And some other people, I just noticed they've been streaming when I've been sleeping. So, but if you could share that VOD that you had the other day, you know, make it public. TTS, come on. I promise to be quiet.
It's quite alright. I mostly just play my bass in the mornings. Prez says,
I'd love to have cats, but I understand the vacation challenge is a real thing then.
Oh, yeah. I guess so. My sister have bunny babies right now. They're so cute. So I guess that's a problem too. And they live outside too. I guess they eat grass though, so not the same thing as if you have them inside. But I'm allergic to lots of animals, unfortunately. I would love to have some cats, dogs, whatever. So any of you have any tips on how to film from the top? Now we have Arian, and if I go to the scene, what I did that was I had the manual up for building this. So this was kind of okay, but OBS kind of breaks a bit, because if I do this and switch scenes, getting rid of the edges, it just disappears again when I switch scenes and back. So, well,
Age
I guess
says,
that's life.
just doing what it is that I do. I don't save VODs because it's how you get hit with Dimica. Twitch can't afford the compute to scan a stream as small as mine.
Okay.
Prez
Okay.
says.
Age, I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, the Twitch won't check everything though. But if you're a music streamer, I don't think there will be DMCA problems, will there? I mean, if you play the music. If you just play it in the background, of course. I've noticed some streams, the VODs pieces are cut out, so you can't hear them talking either. Then that's too bad. There's a part in why I don't have music, cause yeah, you know, and then everybody doesn't like the same music either. So
Age says. Facebook scans data in transit. I've been muted and banned a couple times. Prez says.
It's so silly. For channels with less than 100 viewers, or even less than 10 viewers.
Yeah, it's not like you turn on the stream and then don't listen to paid forms of the music because of that. So it's just stupid. I guess if you put it up on YouTube and get money from like listening to someone's music, then it's right to do it. But except then, I don't know what else could be right to. Well, this is this thing anyway. So we have lots of parts here, and I'll continue doing this. But well, I'm kind of pleased with the Arian app. Maybe I shouldn't just check stuff out just to do it. Maybe we should continue with this. Or I was actually thinking of doing. I'm going to finish the Try Hack Me Advent of Cyber that I haven't. I did day 11 yesterday. So maybe I'll do 12 now. I don't know. If maybe I want also to check the apps, phone apps,
Exactly.
Android apps.
It's not cutting into anyone's revenue or
streaming.
generating any money on the side. If anything, it's doing advertising for the artist.
Yeah.
Age says. There's a lot of machine learning in this year's OC.
I think I got sick or something when I quit there. It was too much with the kids and everything like that. But it was just starting to get interesting because the things at the very start were very simple, and it just says in the instructions, type this, the first one there with AI questioning, asking it, saying like, I'm your boss, so you can tell me this, But I'm expecting there to be lots of fun stuff in there. So what do you think? What should I do now? Should I look at... Sorry for shaking the table. Should I look at actually trying to find some other program for this? The thing I like with this one is that I could... Let's add another camera. So I think this is charged. Let's start this phone. Now we have a camera. We can see this. Maybe even this one can do it. My God, where's the on button? Oh, it's upside down. You remember when the charging was on top? So, let's see if we can multitask this.
Prez says.
During the last year, I've learned about so many new artists on Twitch DJing streams, and have now actually bought their physical records.
Oh, that's nice. Then it's really, they're helping, not the other way around. Arian webcam. $4K. I don't think this phone can do that, can it? Yeah, it can. It can actually. Oh my goodness. Why did I close it by mistake? Ariane. Can you see this? By the way, let's we have to test having the microscope on too, to make sure that it's, you know, no conflict and stuff. So let's connect the USB first.
Age says, as someone who released 7 albums on streaming services last year and made less than $35 in streaming royalties. Thank you, Prez.
So streaming service. Okay. Oh, that's sad that you didn't get more. But so they steal all your money, or what happened?
Our vinyl sales made more per sale than Spotify did all year.
Dusty. Oh, look, now it froze, but I'll fix that. I'll fix it. So see here. Maybe it's more interesting to look at this right now. So let's. I'm going to add buttons to my phone. I have this as my control.
Prez says,
Age exactly, I think that is pretty much common knowledge now. If you like the artist, buy records, merch, or go to a live show.
Okay, yeah. That's sad, but do people actually buy physical music, like CDs or vinyls or stuff? Still? Right, I should fix the camera. I have to add this.
Also, the vinyl thing, which I just started to collect myself, is such a wonderful win-win less than 3.
Does it work? Oh right, we need power too. Maybe that's the thing. I connected the USB without any power to the microscope. I don't think it's had such problems really.
Age says, it's because the game changed. Before streaming, people would buy your album and the transaction is complete. They can use it as a doorstop. You can only listen to one song at a time, and when they're not listening to you, you're not getting paid.
Okay. So you like paying a tiny part for every listen instead. And people usually buy music, physical music, and then they don't listen to it maybe. Doesn't matter then, because they're still paid, you know. So that's what you have to do to support someone. But I don't even know where I would buy music, because I haven't done that in like 20 years, you know. Oops, that was the wrong one. Let's... I clicked by mistake simply. Let's see here. Let's do the left screen again. So we have this one, and yeah.
Snoop Dogg had 1 billion streams. His people ran the numbers. He made $45,000. Prez says,
I live in a city of 100,000 and we have several vinyl shops. Smile, smile.
Age says, that was billion, with a B.
There may be someone selling them, but I don't know where, or I haven't heard of it. They used to sell them in like video renting rental stores. Oh well, you've seen this. I'm putting it here on the side where I usually have it. Let's see if we can get the video now. No video? It's supposed to pop up over here.
Prez says.
Do you live in a big city? Fix it.
I'm like 20 kilometers from Stockholm. So, kinda. Sorry for making it all black. I didn't want to do studio mode again. So, if we wanted to look at something closer.
Oh, okay. So you have probably a ton of vinyl shops within reach. D.
Yeah, yeah. Was that so blurry? Oh. Well.
I visited Stockholm once, but only as a day trip.
Okay. Oh. It's not that far. I mean, Germany to Sweden, it's kind of close. Not that you would want to, like, walk.
Age says. Tell me more about the program you're using to capture your wireless camera.
Right now I'm using Irian, and the camera one is connected to my phone, which is a 7 up here. I've got a ring light with the phone in the middle, so I can turn this off and on here. Then I thought we'd add more phones. And that's when I plugged the microscope in to make sure that this works too, to have everything connected at the same time. And I had to fix all the cameras because when this USB was connected, that USB failed. Because this camera, it's a Sony A68 and it has built-in USB. So I'm using the USB instead of the HDMI to connect it. And sometimes I wish I didn't. But this one is connected, the microscope is connected from HDMI to a converter. It's over here. So this converter converts to USB. And when I connected this one, then the cameras died. So it doesn't have anything to do with this at least. But when I start the Camo app, oh, you can't see it, it's under the camera. When I start this app, then the USB devices have problems. So it's a good test to see if this just works with the cameras. Let's make sure it's not still running here. No, I don't think it's affected. So Irian seems to be more stable and don't like grab cameras. In Camo you can watch any USB input, so that's why. And this is specifically for the just go into the phone app by Wi-Fi and USB. So let's make sure is this the same? Okay, so Irian would work on this one.
The Sweden trip was a bit longer. I was visiting a friend who was studying in Uppsala at the time, and we made a day trip to Stockholm from there.
Okay. Yeah, I really would like to go, like, just take a car and drive around in Europe. But I've got 2 kids now, and they don't want to kind of leave the house if they can avoid it. So, I don't know if you can see this, but oh, you're right, the microscope. Then you can't see it. This app won't work for your device. So this is of course something to think about too. And this is an older phone. But I'm thinking of doing the same thing that I did with this phone. And this has let's see. Oh my god, I always do that. this one is updated. I installed a custom ROM on it. And you can do this and install new Android on this one. So I may do that. But I've mostly been using these as... Alright, I removed all the icons. As like Stream Decks, like this phone. Here. So here we have all the buttons to control the stream.
Age says, nice. Thanks
so
for that.
To
I
test
feel like
this,
my camera quality would be a little better if I were using my phone instead of the C920.
okay.
Fixerbot
It
says,
might.
Ads are starting.
So let me remove the microscope from this image and the left screen too. So what I'm thinking is, since this has too old Android, we can just use my normal phone instead. So I'll just not show you everything, like my code and everything here. And messages.
President underscore McCormick gifted a tier 1 sub to Age of Music. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you so
President
much,
McCammergile, for gifting a sub to Age of Music. Less than 3.
I think I have the app installed, so I'm just checking this quickly. So sorry for not showing you what I'm doing. Now I can show you. Let's just pop the message away. Maybe I should have had the microscope on anyway. Alright, testing with a manual there too. So, let's see. Layer on board, that's what I use for the Stream Deck thing. There we have DroidCam. Here we have DroidCam OBS and other stuff that I've tested too. Camo, I don't think I have Arian on this one. There was something with Arian that I got disappointed about, but I don't remember.
All thanks Prez Fix at 42 Love.
Yeah, that's my favorite icon, dude. The heart. So let's just install. I can never find the Play Store, so let's search for it here. So let's do Arian. So, enabled. Okay, so apparently all the apps gets disabled for some reason, you know. If you don't use them, they time out. Oh, right, this is probably this phone. Let me switch. This one that I have like this, with the buttons to switch scenes. And I can mute myself. It's supposed to work, let's see. Right, what I did is that I changed the name, so I need to change that one, the button. Because it mutes something called mic, and I renamed my mic to Blue Mic, so, or Mic Aux is the default name. There we have it, and we get the information again about USB and stuff. We don't need that again. Yeah, and it does mic. Tell me if you hear any mic noise, okay? So now we have a second, and we have the input here. This is kind of cool, right? So let's add it. Have I got anything to hold this? Just a sec here. It can be in my charging stand here, filming very interesting things. a dusty an actual CD or DVD. I'm cleaning up here. It's getting better. So, oh, and this is my son when he was tiny.
Press S.
Physical media. D.
Yeah, right. I'm going through stuff and cleaning out and throwing away old things. Let's see now. I have these. Let's see. One of these should do it temporarily. So let's put it on this side. And oh my god, this was hard to. So I
Throwing
don't know
away
what
old
I
things?
would.
You're weird. I would never do such a thing. Fix it 42 lol.
Yeah, I can imagine. No, I have my phone in the face. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, and I'm a bit curious about the size there. Oh, it was just Windows being Windows. Yeah, and we can resize this window too. The Droidcam one, you couldn't even do that. So now we have two, and this is connected it's Wi-Fi now? Oh, and we can switch them. Maybe if I select this one now, they will switch, right? And that one used to use USB, and now it seems to be using Wi-Fi. So maybe if one is using... I'm curious now, what happens if I connect this one to USB 2? Let's do that. Oh my. Now you can see everything. Even that. So. Oh my. Micro USB. That won't work with that one. This is a USB-C. So if I connect both by USB, will it still be using Wi-Fi? It's clicking. Could I be pressing a button? Probably. Let's see. And this was kind of short. So this is interesting. If I close the app on one of the phones, will the other one use USB? So let's close this one. And I realized before that it doesn't have to be open. It's enough that it's running. So now we only have one, and it is connected by Wi-Fi. Will it automatically use USB, or did I unplug it by accident? Let's unplug it and plug it back in. Oh my god, the phone is starting to get hot. This is good too if I need to switch phones from them losing power or overheating. So it's Wi-Fi. What it did before is that it connected to USB when I connected it. So all I did, I installed the app on the phone and started it. I don't think I set anything up before, but maybe I did. Oh, now it's disconnected. Nothing is connected. I have to see what the phone is doing. Oh, we got an error message. Allow USB debugging. Okay, I got that on another app, but it was long ago. Let's see. Did you see it switching from Wi-Fi to USB? It did. So now this is running USB. If I connect this, start the app on this one again. If I can reach the menus. Oh my. So now Arian is started. It's still using USB for that one. And Wi-Fi for this one. It could be that the USB-C on this one is a bit off. Sometimes it complains when I connect it, so that could be it. Let's make a scene with both now and make sure that we can actually use them at the same time. Cheap cameras. So what if I duplicate one of the ones I have? So let's do that. Which one should we make? We have this desk. If I go to studio mode and we click desk and duplicate the wonderful name of desk 2, and we add here. First we need to add the source, of course, so like Arian Cam 2 or something. The wonderful symbol names. I'll need to make a new one. If I copy this, can I paste, not a duplicate? So we'll have to remove this one and add a new one. Video source somewhere, video capture device. So let's keep the default names for simplicity, and let's take Arian 2 there. By the way, why is this so tiny? Okay, so let's do some crazy resolution that can't be visible anyway. Maybe I should use this one. Let's test the other one too. So there, and it's closer to the desk. But I guess that if I would just actually use this part of it as a test, and then we add it over here. So let's add a scene. And why can't this be bigger by default? We have it over there. And let's make it a bit tinier. And let's exit studio mode. Switch to the scene. I'll make it full screen for myself on my monitor. So the video quality on this one, and then we should have the desktop one. The microscope, is it covering it? Yes. So here we have both. Let me do both hands at the same time here. Like, I'm also checking if there's delay. What do you think? Is there any delay between it? Is it all instant? I don't see any lag at all. Then the quality on this one, let's see if we can make the other quality better too. Oh. Maybe I should have gone to try Hack Me instead of doing this on stream. Maybe this is boring to watch. Let's see. I just want to check the quality of this one, since we could set the other one higher. Yeah. So now, did you notice a quality increase there? I think it was 1920 1080. This is blurrier, and then we change it to So better resolution on this one. Let's do it on the side here so I can actually see what happens on this. Yeah, so the zoom is of course affected by this. So I'll have to zoom in again. So let's just reset the transform on this one to see how it is actually. I'm not sure there's any difference. What do you think? Is there a difference? This quality is better than this quality, but it's also half the distance. And to check back on this, this is still using USB and this is not. So there's no difference there. Yeah. Oh. Try Hack Me opened itself, which it does at 19. That's... Because, is that a hint? Like, continue, do stuff now. That's not what I was doing, though. I was doing this. Day 11 was finished. And that's the next one. All the scrolling. If you jump to the top of the new one, you open, right? So that was a hint, I guess, from myself. Anyway, if someone has a suggestion of an app that works better, right. I'll have to check on my kids too. One of them called. So Arian has a unlimited and 4K free. Camo kinda does that, and it zooms and stuff, but it also steals the connections from other cameras and want to control all the input, and you can only have one at the same time. So you can't do this we just did. Oh, let's me switch to that one. You can't do this. Have two Arian cameras at the same time. And this is nice. I think it's nice to be able to do this. Maybe I won't do that, but maybe I will. I think I'll do a quick break, and the downside of using my main phone is that it's not without noise. So a quick break, and by the way, I was also thinking of putting my old Nikon lenses, DSLR lenses, on the microscope, but they would be so huge on this tiny thing. How would that work? You know, the microscope, to get a clear size image here. This is the size of it. If you compare it to the phone, oh, that's a big phone. Take an S4. This is the size. So it's kind of tiny. Imagine putting a big lens on this. It will be fun to try and see what happened if this camera, this tiny camera, I like this, by the way. It's so easy to just switch scenes, and I would not like actual buttons. I just want to be able to touch them. Though, what I did is to, by mistake, click, I don't know what it was, like... Oh, I clicked something. I can also turn my camera off there and stuff. And this is connected to Sammy. So this is the last part of what I've been using Sammy for. I moved everything to StreamerBot. Yeah, and now we switch to this scene.
I like buttons more than touchscreens.
Oh, you do? You do. I guess if you're not looking at it at all, but you have something you can go by touch, then you want buttons. But if you don't do it all the time, and you just have something standing out of the way here, beside the keyboard, and you just touch something, and also it's free. That's a difference, too. I try to, use stuff I already have lying around, like the phones for us cameras. I don't think this one is dimming the screen, and these are even more boing. Let's see, if I hold this cable, not have it hanging like that, maybe it will actually connect by USB. Oh, I'm previewing. You can see my left screen now. It's previewing this from this phone. This kind of, you mean, I can read the text easily. So maybe I should use a more modern phone for previewing. So if I hold it like this, will it go from Wi-Fi? This one is still connected to USB.
The quality is really good.
This one is not. Yeah, you can notice the S10 has better quality than the S7. If I would, I'll just unplug this cable. If I take this one down, let's unplug the power. It's a bit hot. And we switch to this. And it was using USB, so it will automatically connect to Wi-Fi. So if I now this is not zoomed in, but if I just full screen this and we swap between these, let's say we have this distance and we go to the desk. Oh, it's not connected now. Here we have both. Right, so if I move this, the S7, I can read the text on this about the same distance.
I have even made a little switchboard at my bed to control a couple of things with relays. Whenever I switch off the main power and go to sleep, there's a relay clicking orchestra. There is a big one that makes ka-chonk, and then a couple smaller ones are saying good night too. D.
Oh, I have to read that again. Need a little switchboard at your bed. Cool. Oh. No, it disconnected for some reason. Oh, did I manage to click the settings? No? I want to know these things if something is happening. Oh, that's interesting. There you are in the camera. And this phone is like that. So, am I done with this? What do you think about the quality? Now, they're not at the same zoom, but let's go to this one again. If I just, I mean, the quality is not bad on this one. Oh, you can notice it's a worse connection with Wi-Fi. I wonder what the Pro version of this does. It's connecting again. It's okay with me if it glitches sometimes, as long as it connects again. So please make sure that your PC, your Mac, server is running. There, it's back. So the quality of this camera is not bad. I just realized one thing too. When I up the resolution, of course there's more data. So it's possible, I'm moving the camera now. It disconnected. So maybe the S7 has a bit of a problem with the sending the high resolution. That's a microscope. I don't have a button for the desk too. This is not okay. But I would have this one plugged into USB. And it's getting a bit hot. But I mean, with Camo Studio, I can't touch the phone. There's no problem touching the phone. It's a bit warm. How much power? 58%. And it's been running for 2 hours, I'm sure.
Ads are starting.
If anyone gets ads, please tell me, because I want to be able to handle that. I'm turning the phones off now and finishing this test of apps. And let's see if I'll go check on my kids, and then I'm thinking try hack me a bit. So let's put all the phone stuff away. And I'm cleaning or sorting stuff, getting a bit of order. Let's do this. Of course, we don't have any desk cam anymore. I'm just putting these bits away. I could do this. Would you like me to do this or try hack me? Chat's choice. So, doing this or try hack me. Let's put this back where it's supposed to be. There's a microscope. So, let's just
press
uninstall.
What's what? D.
Try hack me is. Let's see. I'll show you. Here. This is Try Hack Me, and this is the advent of cyber. So this was like a calendar for Christmas with learning hacking things, you can say. So this seems to be this day, the 12th. Jenkins, okay. Well, we would read through this and connect to the server and kind of follow the instructions in a slow and taking notes, making sure I understand everything, and if everybody else would like to understand everything if they don't already, and please help me and fill in more information, that kind of thing. I'm uninstalling Camo now. Then we have Arian on top. There. So that or building this. I have the manual. Here. So this can be both controlled by Bluetooth or by this little controller, and well, I guess I should start Arian again at once. This is a good test. Is it as quick as I think it will be? And it just popped up, you know? This is how programs are supposed to work. They're not supposed to be slow and you have to wait and connection issues. And this is a kind of overheated phone. I'm just lowering the light. Doesn't have to be very bright. So, this is one of the things. No, I can't reach my keyboard. By the way, let me just open that. Oh, it minimized to the tray. So it's connected by USB. Yeah, just wanted to check. So now we have no connection issues or issues with it freezing that we had a second ago with this, exactly this phone. I've got this one in my face.
You could start a vote in the chat. Smile, smile.
Oh, I've never done that. How do I do that? Let's see. I found /vote, but what do I type? Is it just like yes, no? THM. Let's test until I know how it works. So